Hi everyone, it's Aunt Fernita. Today's story is called Jars of Clay. The memory verse is from Isaiah chapter 64, verse 8. It says, "O Lord, we are the clay, you are the potter. We are all the work of your hand." Today's message is God holds me in his hands and molds me. Sammy loved to make things from clay or Play-Doh. It was very soft and it felt so good. He made animals, buildings, cars, people, and cups. The clay in Sammy's hands became whatever Sammy wanted. A man in the Bible enjoyed working with clay too. Perhaps it happened like this. Lifting the corner of a wet cloth, the skilled artist cut a slab of clay from the large lump. He slapped it down on the potter's wheel and sat down. He pulled his robe up to his knees. Then slowly, he began to turn his wheel and form the clay. Underneath the potter's hands, the clay seemed to take on a life of its own. Once flat, it now had a hollow center and smooth, pale sides. The potter dipped his hands quickly in a basin of water and returned to his work. Almost lovingly, his hands put pressure, and the shape responded instantly. Rounded sides began to narrow to form a long neck. A lip was formed in the front. Then the potter's wheel slowed and came to a stop. The potter braided some smooth pieces of clay together. He fastened them firmly onto one side of the pot to make a handle. With a happy smile, he slid his creation off the wheel, setting it carefully on the drying shelf. What was once a slab of clay had become a beautiful clay pitcher. The potter looked out at the busy street. Customers stood nearby watching him work. Some bought clay pots for water or for flour. But the potter kept working. His fresh batch of clay wouldn't last long. He cut another slab from the batch. As he had done before, he slapped it onto his potter's wheel. Round and up and down. As the sides of a water pot rose from his hands, his attention was drawn to a man watching him. The potter looked up and smiled. But in that instant, the sides of the pot fell into the center, and the spinning wheel came to a stop. "Oh, I'm so sorry," the man said as his hand flew to his mouth. The potter waved his hand in the air. "Think nothing of it," he said. "I'll fix it in no time." The man introduced himself. "My name is Jeremiah. I was sent here by God to watch you work." The potter seemed interested. "The beauty of clay," he said, "is that if it is too thin in one spot, or if I find mistakes as I go along, I just pinch out the problem or pat down the lump and start over. Sometimes that makes it even stronger than before. I always try to make the clay into what it seems best for." "So mistakes can be fixed?" Jeremiah suggested. "That's right. I can shape and reshape the clay until it's just what it should be. And when I'm happy with it, others will find it beautiful and useful too." Jeremiah nodded. "Your work is beautiful," he said. He stood and watched the potter a little longer. Then he admired the objects on display once more. There were small oil lamps for a bedroom, pitchers of all sizes for cream, milk, or water, huge pots for storing olives or grain, or for cooling water. Everything was made from the same material by the same creator. Yet each was a little different. Each one had a special purpose. This was the lesson God wanted Jeremiah to learn. That is why he sent Jeremiah to watch the potter at work. Now Jeremiah could explain how God shapes each person's life, how He corrects the mistakes that happen and uses them to form something beautiful. In God's hands, every life can be of service to others.
Joy, 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 joy down in my heart. Where? Down in my heart. Where? Down in my heart. I've got the joy, 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 joy down in my heart. Where? Down in my heart to stay. And I'm so happy, so very happy. I've got the love of Jesus in my heart, down in my heart. And I'm so happy, so very happy. I've got the love of Jesus in my heart. I've got the peace that passes understanding down in my heart. Where? Down in my heart. Where? Down in my heart. I've got the peace that passes understanding down in my heart. Where? Down in my heart to say. And I'm so happy, so very happy. I've got the love of Jesus in my heart, down in my heart. And I'm so happy, so very happy. I've got the love of Jesus in my heart. I've got the wonderful love of my blessed Redeemer way down in the depths of my heart. Where? Down in the depths of my heart. Where? Down in the depths of my heart. I've got the wonderful love of my blessed Redeemer way down in the depths of my heart. Where? Down in the depths